Today I'm going to read you chapter 21 of The Little Prince, which is, here it is. It's my favorite book of all times. I've read it many times, and I think there's just so much wisdom in it. And chapter 21 has been my favorite chapter for many years. I recognize that it was my favorite chapter when I was young, because I was in search of the kind of friendship that chapter 21 exemplifies. Um, but I'm going to share it with you because I have gained insight about this story, and I think it's important to share it. And I think that this particular chapter gives us a um, formula on how to befriend the stranger, how to befriend the unknown, how to befriend anything that we want to get closer to and get to know better. And that also applies to our inner lives. And so, if you have never read The Little Prince, I hope that maybe after listening to you, it'll interest you to find out more about this story. The story is about this little kid that comes from a different planet and finds itself in planet Earth. And in this particular chapter, the little prince comes across a fox. And this is a conversation between the little prince and the fox. This is chapter 21 of The Little Prince. It was then that the fox appeared. "Good morning," said the fox. "Good morning," the little prince responded politely, although when he turned around he saw nothing. "I am right here," the voice said, "under the apple tree." "Who are you?" asked the little prince, and added, "You are very pretty to look at." "I am a fox," the fox said. "Come and play with me," proposed the little prince. "I am so unhappy." "I cannot play with you," the fox said. "I am not tamed." "Oh, please excuse me," said the little prince. But after some thought, he added, "What does that mean? Tame." "You do not live here," said the fox. "What is it that you are looking for?" "I am looking for men," said the little prince. "What does that mean? Tame." "Men," said the fox. "They have guns and they hunt. It is very disturbing. They also raise chickens. These are their only interest. Are you looking for chickens?" "No," said the little prince. "I am looking for friends." "What does that mean? Tame." "It is an act too often neglected," said the fox. "It means to establish ties." "To establish ties?" "Just that," said the fox. "To me, you are still nothing more than a little boy who is just like 100,000 other little boys, and I have no need of you. And you, on your part, have no need of me. To you, I am nothing more than a fox like 100,000 other foxes. But if you tame me, then we shall need each other. To me, you will be unique in all the world. To you, I shall be unique in all the world." "I am beginning to understand," said the little prince. "There's a flower. I think that she has tamed me." "It is possible," said the fox. "On the earth one sees all sorts of things." "Oh, but this is not on the earth," said the little prince. The fox seemed perplexed and very curious. "On another planet?" "Yes." "Are there hunters on the planet?" "No." "Ah, that is interesting. Are there chickens?" "No, nothing's perfect," sighed the fox. But he came back to his idea. "My life is very monotonous," he said. "I hunt chickens, men hunt me. All the chickens are just alike, and all the men are just alike. And in consequence, I am a little bored. But if you tame me, it will be as if the sun came to shine on my life. I shall know the sound of a step that will be different from all the others. Other steps send me hurrying back underneath the ground. Yours will call me like music out of my burrow. And then, look, you see the grain fields down yonder? I do not eat bread. Wheat is of no use to me. The wheat fields have nothing to say to me, and that is sad. But you have hair that is the color of gold. Think of how wonderful that will be when you have tamed me. The grain, which is also golden, will bring me back the thought of you, and I shall love to listen to the wind in the wheat. The fox gazed at the little prince for a long time. Please tame me, he said. I want to, very much, the little prince replied, but I not have much time. I have friends to discover and a great many things to understand. One only understands the things that one tames, said the fox. Men have no more time to understand anything. They buy things already made at the shops. There's no shop anywhere where one can buy friendship. And so men have no friends anymore. If you want a friend, tame me. What must I do to tame you? Asked the little prince. You must be very patient, replied the fox. First, you will sit down at a little distance from me, like that, in the grass. I shall look at you out of the corner of my eye, and you will say nothing. Words are a source of misunderstanding, but you will sit a little closer to me every day. The next day, the little prince came back. It would have been better to come back at the same hour, said the fox. If, for example, you come at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, then at 3 o'clock I shall begin to be happy. I shall feel happier and happier as the hour advances. At 4 o'clock, I shall already be worrying and jumping about. I shall show you how happy I am. But if you come at just any time, I shall never know at what hour my heart is to be ready to greet you. One must observe the proper rites. What is a rite? Asked the little prince. Those are also actions too often neglected, said the fox. They are what make one day different from other days, 1 hour from other hours. When the little prince meets the fox and the fox asks the little prince to, well, first the little prince wants to play and the fox is like, well, no, because you have to tame me. And this is what happens when we are trying to get to know someone or something that is new. And I'm referring specifically in this case to our inner lives, to whatever it is that happens within us, whether that's good or whether that's, it's challenging. Um, to take this formula in which you sit gently and far away from that which you are trying to know, and then allow the time to build this trust, to let this part of yourself, to let the other person know that you are safe and that they can trust you. And then he talks about rituals, right? To make sure that you are doing this practice of getting to know and getting closer to someone um, over and over again with some specificity. And this is where spiritual practices come into play. This practice, and again, this can be the spiritual practice of getting to know yourself better, of getting to know a part of yourself better, um, of working through your own challenges and what some people call shadows or difficult or reactive parts of you. But this also applies to your understanding and your decision to get close to divine, to the universe, to Mother Earth, right? It requires so this formula of going slowly and gently to meet the other, to figure out what they're about, to understand their world. Um, it's the formula to get to know something closer and deeper in a deeper way. So this is my invitation that as you continue to explore your inner world, to make sure that every part of you even those that you have been neglecting, or even the ones that you don't like. So I think particularly the ones that are difficult to listen to, the ones that are difficult to attend to, those are the ones that need this formula the most, that need the gentleness of the presence, of the ritual to come back and to know and to tame those part of ourselves and to tame the relationship that will give us, so much richness and understanding. There is wisdom and understanding also in relating and discovering those parts of ourselves, in relating and discovering what the other person is about, in relating and discovering what the divine, what the world, what Mother Earth, what every environment that we are trying to get close has to show us about who they are.